There is a red-eyed menace afoot, and it stalks the night. Our winter's feast has begun its spoil, simply due to what may unfoil. The beast surely sheds of fright, so gather now and prepare to fight. The feast Clops is here once more, everyone, and it's time to take it down. Let's talk preparation. I love me some dragon fruit, so hopefully you grew some before the arrival of the white stuff, as you can make dragon fruit pies with just one fruit and 3 twigs in a crockpot, a super efficient food and healing item. And of course, with a meat item, an egg, a veggie, and a filler, you can net some mighty fine pierogies as well. Yet another stellar healing food for your pleasure. But preparation for Clops goes beyond the usual, as sanity needs to be addressed and managed as well. Thankfully, even in winter, meat can be dried on drying racks, so do yourself a favor and nab yourself some big, juicy meat. Plus, it ain't a half bad healing item either, cause at 20 a pop, hey, pretty good. However, we can have more. Grab some green caps and some cactus flesh for even more sanity gain potential. Green caps will net 15 sanity at the cost of 1 health, while cooked cactus flesh will net the same amount of sanity, but with the added bonus of healing the player for 1 health each. So get you some. We can go beyond though. Remember our walrus hunt from the other day? If you don't, freshen up. But regardless, a walking cane is a lovely bonus when dealing with the big bads, as it gives the player adequate movement speed increases when held. But the TAM is what we are after. With a 6.7 sanity per minute regen, this thing is crucial in combating the inevitable, going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. As for armor, the usual is a fine way to go. But as for a weapon of choice, well, you know me. Nothing better than running around flailing and smacking things dead with your slab of meat. A Hambat will give you 59.5 damage per hit, and the only durability it has is that of eventual spoilage. So get you one. But we can do better, can't we? Grab what you need for a dark sword, which, of course, can be found under the magic tab. Go ahead and make as many as you can, as these things sit at 68 damage per hit. One of the best weapons around. Just be careful of that sanity drain when you're wielding it. Oh, snap. You hear that? He's a-comin', folks. Grab what you'll be using and de-ass the area. But make sure not to get flustered or else he's coming a-stompin', and your base is in deep trouble. That's why it's recommended to move to a secondary location when he's spawning in. But there he is, folks, the Feast Clops. Now, he really is just Clops' long-lost brother, as they share the same stats. At 4,000 health, Clops is actually one of the flimsier of the giants, but does attack quickly, while boasting a decent range on set attacks. He is relatively fast and can deal 75 damage to the player, which is a significant blow to nearly every single one of our survivor friends. However, he comes with something a bit more devastating. One of the worst negative sanity auras in the entire game, at minus 400 sanity per minute when in combat. Now you see why I stress sanity in this one. As you know, he can also destroy structures. His attacks are area of effect, and he can freeze enemies along the way. Oof. Now Clops is certainly worthy of the Big Bad's title, but even more still, The Feast Clops comes with the added ability of frickin' lasers and a cool red glow in the night. But enough faffing about. Let's slay the beast. Get its attention or attack it to begin the bout. As always with kiting, you want to bait out the enemy attack first before you attack yourself. Now, he has his usual ice attack, but that laser may give you some trouble. No matter what, when it's your turn to attack, get but 2 to 3 attacks in at maximum, as you want to give yourself enough time to avoid any of his attacks. And that's where the walking cane comes in. As for said laser though, when you see him winding up, run slightly diagonal and away, while quickly moving to dodge it once he actually fires. Apart from that, be mindful of each attack and your sanity levels. In no time at all, the beast will fall, dropping 8 meat, his unique figure sketch, his unique eyeball, and added bonuses for Winter's Feast. Great job. But Beard, you're Wolfgang. Of course you destroyed him so easily. Well, ya numpty, that's why I switched to a character not known to be a fighter, to show once more that knowledge is the true power here. Once more, watch me fight, and how I choose to avoid what I do, even without a walking cane. Now, don't get too antsy or greedy during these fights, as panic leads to death. I went fast this time around, and I didn't really want to make the recording as much longer as I was, so, I went in when I shouldn't. Be patient. You need to be. Good luck, and enjoy the fight. In the end, the Clops will close its eye for you once again, and penguins will eat all his meat and the precious eye before you even pick it up. But let's say you aren't a great fighter. There's some neat things to help you out. Take tree guardians, for example. Did you know that you can pacify them by planting pine cones in close proximity? Using a varied amount each time, you can do just that. And about a day, the Guardian will wander around the area as a non-hostile creature. So, I say, let's introduce Giant to Giant, yes. Get Clops' butt over to the Guardian and get him to attack him. Then your job is done. Just sit back and watch some mob-on-mob violence. A single tree guardian can rock Clops' world, leaving you but a measly health bar to deplete until the beast falls once again. And why not sing a carol to commemorate your triumphant victory at the cost of others, and not yourself? So it's fair to say that bringing Clops to the tree guardian set piece is like having his worst nightmare ever. But it's great for you, as you didn't even lift a finger. Oh, joyous day. Some might tell you to lure him to the beefalo, and I'll tell you that's a terrible idea. In DST, that is. You see, Clops freezes enemies in DST, but not Don't Starve. So keep that in mind, as he will easily turn your beefalo herd into beef sickles, as your hopes of becoming a beefalo ringleader fade right before your eyes. The Hound Mound Fortress ain't a bad idea, simply due to the potential loot involved. But be very careful, as things can go south really quick if you're not. Use Clops to destroy the rocks and distract the doggies for you. But my personal choice, the Tall Bird Fortress. Lead them here, slaughter the birds, and create yourself one of the best food farms in the game. Learn more in this video here. Or have the tentacles in the swamp taken care of. Gosh darn it, Clops, you ruined the shot, you idiot. Focus, we have a guide to do. As I was saying, lead him into the swamp for some action, but lead him to the retrap set piece, and he will find all the action he needs with this hentai nightmare of a place. but of course his loot, starting with his unique figure sketch. You can create your very own Clopsy statue with a potter's wheel as a decoration for your troubles in slaying the foul monster. But let's be more sensible here. Use the eye for something far more useful under the dress tab. The coveted eyebrella. Using Clops' eye, 15 twigs, and a handful of bone shards, the eyebrella is one of the most important items in all of Don't Starve. Plus, it looks pretty darn cool too. And with spring rolling around soon, what better than an item that grants full water protection while also shielding from the heat and even lightning strikes. Oh, and there's these things called Houndius Shootiuses, an ancient crafting recipe. They're a bit of an advanced thing, so perhaps we'll talk about them later. Well, there you have it, everyone. A guide on the Feast Clops. How to vanquish the red-eyed menace, what he brings to the table, and more. I hope this helped. I wish you well out there in the constant as this beast stalks the night. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.